Question 6 says that solutions based entirely on graphical or numerical methods are not acceptable. Okay, so keep that in mind, and with that in mind, let's solve. Part A, solve the equation f prime of x is equals to 0. So that means we have to differentiate. Okay, we follow the rules of differentiation, that is we multiply the power and we take 1 away from the power. So this would be equal to 5 upon 2 times 2x raised to the power 5 upon 2 minus 1 minus 40. Okay, because if you take x away, it just becomes x bar. If you take 1 away from x, it becomes x bar 0, which is as good as 1. And 8, when you differentiate it, is equal to 0. So when you simplify this the 2 cancels and the 2's cancel, and we have 5x raised to the power 3 upon 2 minus 40, and because the question says equals to 0, so we also equate it to 0. So we have 5x raised to the power 3 upon 2 is equals to 40. Let's simplify. 5 ones are 5, 5 eights are 40. So we have x raised to the power 3 upon 2 is equals to 8. Now what do we do in order to make, since we want the value of x, so that means we have to make sure that the power on x is equal to 1. So we raise both sides to the reciprocal of the power, which means 2 upon 3. And why are we doing that? So that the power can simply reduce to 1. So we have x raised to the power 8 squared, and don't forget that you also have to take the cube root of it. Now a good idea would be to first take the cube root, which will make the number smaller, and the cube root of 8 is 2, square of which is equal to 4. So x equals to 4, fellas, is your answer. There you go. Now let's have a look at part B. Let's see what part B says. F double prime of x is equals to 5. So that means now not only do you have to differentiate it once, you have to use that and you have to differentiate that again. So let's bring this here. Don't forget that this is f prime of x. Now when we differentiate this one more time, we get f double prime of x, which would be 3 upon 2 times 5. So 3 times 5 is 15. So that's 15 upon 2. X raised to the power 3 upon 2 minus 1, which is 1 upon 2 minus 0. Okay, now once again, the question says equals to 5 this time, not equal to 0. So 15 upon 2, x power half. A good idea would be to write it as square root of x if you want, although even if you don't, that's perfectly all right. This is equals to 5. Now let's simplify. 5 ones are 5, 5 threes are 15. So we have 3 upon 2 root x, which is equal to 1. Let's gradually make root x the subject. So when you make root x the subject, root x is equals to 2 upon 3 upon after cross multiplying. And since you want to solve for x, so we have to square both sides, and once we square both sides, we get the value of x, which is equal to 4 upon 9. And there you go, fellas. That is your final answer. And that's it. Question number 6 done.